Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Kevin Lavalais. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kevin. Why would you like to work for us?
Well, I see that Roscoe's a great program, and y'all have a strong winning community, and y'all have always had a strong history of winning. I'm from Roby, actually, from high school, and we played against y'all in my senior year, and y'all destroyed us. But I feel like I want to be a part of this winning program. I've been a part of like Abilene High and Colorado City High School, which we've won 2 state championships in the span of those 2 schools, and I feel like this could be another step to being really successful.
Okay. I'm not gonna go ahead and give you the offer and just say what you're gonna coach for, but if you could, what would you like to coach for, offense or defense? Or?
Well, I'm more of a defense specialist. I mean, I played offense and defense in high school, but I played college football for West Texas A&M, and I played corner. And I feel like what Coach Gibson gave me there will help me out to really understand the position. And I've been to many camps with a lot of defense coordinators in the NFL and college coaches, many coaching combines, and I feel like with the type of defense that we run and running to cover 4 and transferring into cover 2, I feel like I'd be a great set-in for this program.
So you would like to be a corners coach?
Yes, sir. Defense coordinator, secondary coach, something like that.
Good. How did you hear about this job opening?
Well, you're the head coach here, of course, but
yes.
Coach Gibson knows you really well, as you know that, and me and him stay in contact quite often. And I was over at his house last week, and he was talking about those opening at Roscoe, and as soon as I heard that, I got some butterflies in my stomach from the memories of playing against y'all, and I feel like I wanted to be a part of it, something great.
Okay, so you have been a coach before, correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel like those experiences help you here?
Well, my first year at Abilene, I wasn't too well. We were 4-6 and barely missed from going to the playoffs, and I feel like doing that really opened my perspective up that you're not always going to win just because you go in there and feel like you have a strong game plan, because there's always going to be someone better than you, and I've understood that, and I've really worked towards my goal. And the next 2 years we made it to the state semifinals, and then the year after that we made it to the state finals. And following that, I went to Colorado City, and being the defense coordinator there, we only allowed 114 points all season, which led us to another state title. And I feel like those previous experiences have really helped me out to be where I am today.
Okay. Why did you pick being a coach over, say, a doctor or something?
Well, whenever I was young, my parents passed away, and my head coach, Coach Freeman, he took me in, and he really opened my life to the perspective that coaches are more than just your instructors of a team. That they're your friends, and in my case, they're your father figure. And he really opened up this whole coaching perspective to me, and he made a huge impact and difference in my life. I'm forever thankful for that, but I feel like I want to make that same impact in another child's life.
Okay, let's say that you do get the job and you get the chance to be my right-hand man. What would your initiative be going into this?
Strive for perfection. I feel like, there's always going to be, mess-ups and problems go wrong, but, fight back from that adversity and stay as perfect as you can.
I've looked at your resume a lot, and that's why I've narrowed you down to one of the top 3 for this position. And what would you say your greatest strength is?
My greatest strength is that I understand the kids. And, I really connect with them on a personal level and get to understand their personal skill level and where they work best at. And I feel like I want to challenge the kid to be better than what they are. And even if they're one of the greatest in the country, that they still need to strive to be better. Yes, sir.
I just asked you what your strength was, so what about your weakness?
I would say perfectionist. As you say, as I said, I'd strive for perfection. I don't like the fact that, there's always going to be mess-ups, but, I feel like all mistakes can be corrected. And I feel like if the more you run over things and the more you practice them, they become second nature to you. And I feel like that's striving for perfection.
Okay, let's say you come here and the kids don't take you seriously and they don't respect you. How would you get your point across?
Well, there's always been that possibility where, excuse me,
Bless you.
there's always been that, thank you, but there's always been that possibility that the kids may disrespect you, but I feel like if the kids don't want to respect me, then they'll see that they don't have the starting position right where they want it to be. That they have to respect me as their superior, and I hold the key to their playing time, and whether they want to be successful or not, I hold that key.
Have you ever had anything like that happen in your previous job?
In Colorado City, I did 1 year, and the safety was a all-state safety and had offers to many Division I schools, and he felt like he knew more than I did in my position, and so first week I let him do what he wanted, and he was scored on 3 times, and I pulled him out and I shit on his butt a little bit, and I let him know that everything I've been trying to teach him was for that game, and following that, he understood me and tried to correct and listen to me a little bit more and open up his perspective to what I had to say.
Being a defensive coordinator, it's hard going against offensive nowadays that run the spread and stuff, but how do you think you could stop these offenses?
Well, depending on our skill level of this team, which I've seen how many returners y'all have had this year, and I feel like the entire secondary is going to be back.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's some of the most skilled kids in the state, especially number 19 and number 4. And I feel like there's some of the best athletes in the state, and I feel like they can guard anyone. So I feel like locking them up outside, having our linebackers help our safeties out, and our safeties covering up top, I feel like there shouldn't be any problems with anything like that. Running cover 2, cover 4, cover 3, disguising some of our coverages and then shifting into another coverage right before the game starts. I feel like that'd be a perfect scenario.
As you probably know, our defensive line isn't that great, so people see that and they automatically think we're going to run over them all day. And like you said, you'd walk the linebackers out. How would you, let's say you're going into that game and you have your linebackers walked out over the number 2 wide receiver. How would you go into changing that in the middle of a game?
Well, if needed, I'll call a timeout and I'll, talk to the kids and let them know what's coming at them. And, many teams try to run on us. Well, they've tried to run on me in the past from the defense I ran, and I think they realize that as the season goes on, we become stronger and stronger and more physical in what we do. And I feel like more physical team wins. And I think that's what I teach my defensive line more than anything, is to be more physical and just outman the other team.
It says here that your major is kinesiology. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
As you know, kinesiology has to do with the body and the health and stuff like that. So how do you think that ties into coaching?
Well, of course, this is one of the majors you needed to be a coach. However, I feel like, there's always injuries in sports, whether it's small contact sports to contact sports. And I feel like if there's ever anything that goes wrong, I can be the one to help or diagnose someone, as you would say, for what's wrong with them. And I don't want to put someone back in that's not supposed to be back in. The kids' health is always number one priority. Mm-hmm. Winning is important, but the kids are more important than anything.
As you know, these past few years we've been pretty decent, not great, not bad, but where do you see us from 5 years from now?
If everything goes away, I hope it does, and Lord willing, I pray that we have state championships under our belt, and that we continue this winning tradition on even past those 5 years. 5 years after that, and 10 years after that, I feel like we're a strong team, and that we can continue to do what we're doing, and in the future have strong traditions started.
You mentioned earlier about being part of state championships and stuff like that.
Sure.
So how do you feel about your career up to now?
I feel I'm pretty proud of it. There's been a few decisions that I don't necessarily agree with in the previous coaching. I feel like where we are as a team could continue to accelerate, and we could be a great team.
Okay, I'm about ready to wrap this up. So is there anything else that you'd like to add to?
I would just like to say that there's many coaches out here that are applying for this job, and I'm honored to be one of the final 3 that are your picks. However, I just want you to know that I will give you my all in everything that we do, and if you need me for anything, I'll always be here. And the kids are my number one priority. I don't have any family. I don't have any kids or a wife, and I feel like the kids are my number one priority, and I'll keep it that way. And if they ever need anything, I'll always be here. But I'm trying to create great men for the future, not just great players for right now. And I think that's more important than anything.
Yes, well, that's about it. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll let you know later.